Hey everybody, it's James from the Sawyer Family Reviews channel. Today is Wednesday, July 31st, 2019. Man, the year is flying by. And this is your weekly comic book pickups video. Every week, I pick up my boys at least one comic each. Oftentimes it's more than one. I pick up my daughter Gracie one as well, even though she's not quite ready to read yet. She's getting there. And as always, I pick up my comics at Queen City Comics in Fairfield, Ohio, zip code 45014. If you're in the area and into comics, go check out the shop. Head 2 doors down, check out the toy department. All right, let's get into it. True Believers, these are $1 reprints of classic Marvel tales that are, well, not always classic, but of older Marvel books that are tied into a current event that's happening. And right now, it's tying into the summer's Absolute Carnage event that's coming up. I think maybe next week that starts. So there's 2 this week. First up is True Believers, Absolute Carnage, Planet of the Symbiotes, #1. This is a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man Super Special, and I think there were a couple of different Spider-Man Super Specials that time, and one of them was Planet of the Symbiotes. And this one is by Devin McElhaney as the writer, and Dave Hoover as the penciler, and it's just a Spider-Man tale. Look, I've just flipped through the whole thing incredibly quickly. Yeah, Spider-Man, there's the Thing. We got some symbiote action going on, there's Venom. You know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what's in this book. It's got Venom, it's got Spider-Man, and it's $1. So it's not like you're going to go wrong. And there's something else that's going to keep on moving here that I forgot to talk about. So I'm going to get that now. Krakoa seeds. Check this out. These were free at the comic shop. Sowing the seeds of tomorrow. Powers of X Krakoa seeds. These are actual seeds they're giving away at the shop for bachelor's buttons. It's flowers that you actually plant, and it's tying into the whole House of X, Powers of X, Krakoa thing. So those were free. I figured Gracie will have fun planting a plant with me, and we can call it Krakoa. Next up, True Believers Carnage Mind Bomb #1. Again, this is $1, and this is a reprint of Carnage Mind Bomb #1. Warren Ellis doing the writing, and Kyle Hotz doing the art. Kyle Hotz does really cool, like, monster-y type stuff. He did, I think, a lot of the illustrations in the Tobin Spirit Guide for Ghostbusters. He's got sort of a Kelly Jones type vibe to him, and everybody knows Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis is a very famous comic writer, and I guess this is, I never read this one. I guess this is maybe the origin of Carnage, what made him crazy and killer type dude. Yeah, so there's that one. Then next up, we've got a back issue for Keaton because he had no new books this week. Sorry, my books are sliding. I'm going to try and prevent them from doing that. There we go. So I got him an X-Men back issue. He said, just grab me something X-Men. Doesn't matter what. I love X-Men. I'll enjoy whatever it is. So I went back and grabbed one of these old X-Men Unlimiteds. Back then, $3.95 got you a really, really thick book. Look how thick that is. Nowadays, it gets you like a regular book. So this was like a series that was bigger. It was a, I don't know if it was monthly or what. It had longer story, and maybe it wasn't tied so much into a monthly book storyline. This one's by John Francis Moore doing the writing, Paul Smith doing storyboards, and then these guys filling all the pencils. There's a lot of names there. But it had Havoc on the cover, and Jean, and Cyclops. Looks like it's a Savage Land tale because it's got Sauron on it. He's really excited about the current Marvel Legends X-Men figures. And we've got that Havoc and Polaris set coming out. We've got that Jean and Cyclops Wolverine set coming out. So I think that's why he chose this one. He doesn't have the Sauron Build-A-Figure, but I believe that's why he chose this issue. You know, it's probably just some 90s fun. We'll put that over there. Don't fall. This one's for Gracie, Marvel Action Spider-Man. This is the IDW series. That's like a kiddie version of the current stories, of current characters, I guess, rather. It's $3.99. She wanted a Spider-Man book. And I don't know if that front cover is indicating this is Eric Burnham. Eric Burnham writes this. Awesome. He does Ghostbusters, and he's great. Artist is Christopher Jones. I may actually read this one, too. I don't know if he's been writing this entire series, and I just didn't realize it or what. But it looks like it's Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales and Spidey versus Kraven. Okay. All right. She liked this book a lot. I got her that the other day. This one is obviously for Blaze. If you've been keeping up with the videos. The Goon. #5, $3.99. Focus, $3.99 from Albatross by Eric Powell. He really loves the Goon. And there's a good reason why. It's because it's awesome. Look at that art. if you like Hellboy and you like kind of horror comedy type stuff, like horror adventure with a fun spin to it, then you would like The Goon. That's for him. My books are sliding as always. This is for me, Marvel Comics Presents number 7. This is $4.99. This is a return of the old Marvel Comics Presents series where you've got like 3 or sometimes 4 stories featuring different characters. The Wolverine story has continued since the first issue. I don't know when it's going to end. Part 7. Who knows? This might be the end. I didn't read the last issue yet. I know one of the issues went up huge in value because it has the first appearance of the daughter of Wolverine. So I think that was issue 6 maybe, and there she is. I don't want to show you everything because I don't ruin it for you. The next story features Iron Man, and it looked like it was Phil Noto art. And it's Rod Reese. That's who I meant to say. The guy that did Winter Soldier recently. All right. I'll check that out. And then the last story is Winter Soldier. And I love Winter Soldier, so I'm excited about that. Doesn't look like a lot of talking going on. So, cool. 3 cool characters in that one. And the last book of the day is Powers of X, number 1. Last week was House of X, number 1. This continues on to it. As you can see, I got the Brooks cover that connects to the House of X cover, number 1. There was I think 9 different covers in the comic shop. This is Jonathan Hickman's relaunch of the X titles. I read House of X, number 1, and I did enjoy it. Now, I did love the last run on X-Men, and I was kind of bummed to see it end, but I will say that it was a pretty epic story, House of X was. There's a lot going on with these Krakoa, like the planet from, or not planet, but the continent thing from Giant Size X-Men, the living continent, basically. I guess Krakoa's back, and it grows seeds that can kind of help humanity, and Charles Xavier's back, and all these other mutants are back. They've got these Krakoa, like portals, basically, and humanity is working with the X-Men because the miracle drugs that Krakoa produces, they want. So they're kind of at the whim of Charles Xavier, this is Charles Xavier, and the mutants who are all kind of united. Magneto is kind of his emissary to the humans, but something else is going on, because there's a couple characters that seemed a little out of character. Like Jean Grey seemed a little off. Wolverine was playing with kids. It seemed a little off. So I'm thinking that maybe something else is going on with Krakoa. But I'm interested. It looks like it's a pretty epic, huge tale. That's the way Jonathan Hickman writes. So as long as this epic tale ends up giving us back to a core X-Men group that I can recognize, I'm with it. I'm with it for now. But I don't want it to stay like this. I don't want it to stay with this kind of, they are humanity's saviors and they control things and Professor X is weird. I want it to get back to more of a status quo. So I'd be cool with if maybe Krakoa's maybe pulling the strings right now and these aren't the real X-Men and the real X-Men are going to return. Who knows? But I'm interested. And that is it for this week. That's all the books. So as always, if you are reading these books and you have opinions on them, leave a comment in the comments below. If you like the videos, click like and subscribe. If you have suggestions for comics for me to check out, leave them in the comments. And see you guys next time. Oh, we're going to try again for Sunday for the live stream at 8:30. We've been having some major issues with the Wi-Fi and the camera and all this stuff. We're going to try again. We're going to have some backup plans this time. So try and join us if you can. All right, see you guys.